Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute, live from the HCCTV studios. I'm Todd Duplantis. Good to have you with us on this finally Friday. It's been a funky week. I know we had a holiday sandwiched in between work week, so that was nice. But you had to go to work the next day. But we're back, finished with this week. Put it behind us. We're ready to. One person who's joining me this morning, my co-host, Randy Ramsey. Good to have you with us on the show, Randy.
Good morning. It was a weird week, and with fireworks going off until 11, we all kind of drug ourselves into work on Wednesday. I know my students Wednesday morning were a little bit less than perky, you know, a little bit less than, really. So we did grip Olympics in class, which was a lot of fun.
It was a strange week, but it's good to be through with it at least. And, we are here on HCCTV and on live on the internet 5 days a week when HCC is in session. And Randy, though, they can always catch us in social media and on HCCTV as well.
Yep, we're on Twitter, LinkedIn, and HCCTV at noon, 5 and 10, Monday through Friday. So no excuse for missing us, even this overcast weather and the rain.
That's right. That's right. Is it raining right now where you are?
It is pouring buckets, like I'm waiting for cats, dogs, and single men to fall from the sky.
Okay, because I can hear water above us, and I thought I don't know what's going on up there. So maybe who knows what's going on in downtown Houston as well? Because as you may not know, we're in a basement. That's where we're located with our TV studio. So
well, because they have much love for you, Todd.
They have a lot of love for us. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's get on with the show. We've got some special guests joining us. Ian Farr is the supervisor of workforce technology support with HCC's Digital and IT Center of Excellence. Ian, good to see you. Well, your mic is muted, but we can you unmute your mic? All right, we're going to check in with Ian. We'll try this again. We'll check in with Ian in about 10 minutes. Meanwhile, you've got a guest for Film Friday to join us right now.
I do, and I'm super excited about this because I think, Ron, that you came to us via Kate Phillips, my good friend and colleague and hell of a filmmaker. Am I allowed to say that? Oh, well, Melanie will yell at me later. We have Ronnie Michael, director, a producer, cinematographer, and an owner of Altruism Media. So welcome to the show. It's so good to have you.
Yes, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, and I'm so excited. Kate is just on fire. And as the executive director of Swamp and an HCC faculty member, I'm super excited about getting to work with you soon, sooner than later, I hope. So I wanted to ask you, let's start with you, because you alone are just cool, but what you're doing is even cooler. So what got you into filmmaking?
Well, I had a passionate love for film photography, and that's where I really started. I learned to develop my own film and also do prints. And also at that time, I was around about, that was in the 70s, but by the 80s, I went ahead and actually started learning from my TV friends. So Vidicon tubes, in low light, they would make ghostly images. If you haven't seen the moon landings, that's kind of how those things looked back in the day, and videotape and all that. So I really started learning more of the craft from the TV side, but I always had a passion for film. And so eventually what happened was that by the 90s, we started seeing computers really provide nonlinear editing and that sort of thing. So really, I think that's really about the start for a lot of us, because that gave us a personal opportunity to become independent filmmakers. And I'd already done commercials and helped industrial type videos and things like that. But it was really I actually ended up doing some TV programming local, and that's really where I think that my heart lied. But I also wanted to do filmmaking. So that was something I had to self-teach myself all along the way. And really, that's the passion that I have today.
Yeah, it's funny. It's so great to talk to you because, that's the that's the genesis of Swamp, is the democratization of filmmaking.
Yes.
So you are self-taught, but you did take some classes.
Yes.
So tell me about your study of filmmaking, because it's an unusual path.
Yes. Well, For me, I think that one of the things that I wanted to do was learn from other folks in the. So I think that's true for all of us who want to get into filmmaking. I think there's two sides of it. If you want to be professional, you need to learn the technical side of filmmaking, and I encourage students to really do that. One of the ways to do that is through mentorship. Get to know some of the older people involved. And that's kind of the route I took. I also worked with other professionals in the industry. I got on set with many different sets. And so I worked with a lot of nice, cool people, and I really fell in love with it. But I also found some of the hard side of it. And that was the part where, for me, when I eventually, it took a long time before I decided to step into directorship, because I really wanted to know the craft beforehand. But I wanted it to be fun. I had been on enough sets to know that people get pressured, and I think, it's not just it's not pre-planning and all of that that's really necessary. But luckily I had some good mentors along the way that helped.
Well, and you made Never Alone.
Yes.
So let's talk about the process of that and what brought you to that.
Yes. Well, I started that by writing it, and then I worked with a late actor, Dexter Clay, who was on the television show Star Trek Next Generation, and he really helped develop the main character, sort of a feisty old man. But the concept of it really was that that when we age, we sometimes we still want to be useful in life, but sometimes, it's time for the next generation. And so even with me in filmmaking, I wanted to give younger people the chance to do cinematography and everything. So I worked with people I knew out of LA, and they helped me as far as crew and that sort of thing. And so we eventually developed the film from that genesis.
And it's been very successful.
Well, thank you.
Now, let me ask you a question. In the film, Carl, the lead character, is trying to find a way to live in retirement and still be the same man he was. And so do you see any of these examples in real life? Was this something that you felt like so many people can relate to this as they retire?
Yes, absolutely. And I kind of always knew later in life I wanted to do social issues. And for me, this was a good starting point, because I felt like, there's not supposed to be ageism, but it actually, and I know there's a whole circle of life sort of thing going on there, but and it's good that we have, people reaching the pinnacle of success at middle age and everything. But again, when you get older, you still have, hopefully, the ability to keep working. And if you can, that's wonderful. And when you have a passion for what you do, I think that's great. And a lot of my friends in LA, they're directors and producers. They've done 900. One producer has done over 900 hours of TV program, but he still stays active, and he's 84. And so, but it's a hard industry. There's no doubt about it. But if you have the passion for it and you're willing to work at it, both studying as a student or working with others and learning on set or having mentorships like I also enjoyed, then by all means, you can achieve your goals if you really want to.
So what's next? I always love to give people a chance to push their next project.
Yes. Well, for me, I'd like to do just that. Again, there are plenty of good social issues, and it's turning all the time. I mean, we're now in an age where AI is involved, and yet it brings out the best and worst of us too. So there are plenty of social issues. I don't think that we're going to solve them all right away, but I do believe that film really gives us an opportunity to sort of air out these issues in maybe a non-confrontive way. That way, at least we can think about it and reflect our own passion and desire to do something about these things.
Well, we have 1 minute left, so I'm going to ask you my favorite question, which I was going to ask Todd, but I'll throw it your way. Favorite movie of the summer? What's the one you're looking forward to?
Me? Well, actually, I saw it. It was a Pixar animation. the elementals. I loved it. There was a fiery little girl in there who, she was having to deal with and deciding for herself what career she really wanted. Was she going to be obligated to the family or, so I thought that was a wonderful movie.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's on our list. My kids wanted to see it, and we just haven't gotten there yet. Next
Yes.
week is our movie watching week. We're going to see all the things.
Okay.
Ronnie Michael, director, producer, cinematographer, owner of Altruism Media. We're going to have your post in the your info in the post after the show. Thank you so much for being with us on this rainy Friday morning.
Oh, it was a
thanks for all
pleasure.
you're doing.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you both. And right now we're going to take you out to the Southwest College. Moving on to Ian Farr. He's a supervisor, workforce technology support for HCC's Digital and IT Center of Excellence. Ian, good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
So next week, you guys are starting session 3 of your STEM summer camps for middle-aged and high school students. Tell us a bit about that and what you've covered so far.
So if you don't mind, I prepared a note so I can, as best as my ability on behalf of our team, to present what we are celebrating this year, which is our 10-year, 10-year having a summer camp constantly start from the 2014 for our community to support them. So as I said, this year is our marking as our 10-year summer camp for DIT. We have done them since 2014. We will be around 1,500 plus students served after we complete this summer camp. We do them to increase equity, inclusion, and access for underserved middle school and high school students to cutting-edge technology and education, increase their awareness of technology career and opportunity through HCC. What I'm doing over here as part of our team is helping and leading many aspects of the technology needs, from grant requirement to deploying the equipment and guiding the teacher and technician on the usage of the best practice of all this cutting edge we are trying to practice and bring it to the college and our community to expose our community to this new technology in a very fun and a very good environment.
So, Ian, let me ask you, you guys have been covering drones. You have drones out there that are flying around?
Yes, sir.
And how's that going? Kids like flying the drones?
One of our actually approach that for the higher education is talking to their language and create a fun environment that actually introduce to them and said, this small cell phone that you have in your hand, what are the capability of them? You can run the drone, you can move the robot with them, you can code with them. So all this area is being created in a very fun environment so we can actually capture their attention.
That's pretty cool. I know years ago, I believe it was maybe even 2014, probably I think it was 2016. HCC started a partnership with Apple on the Swift coding, and that seems to have really taken off. Do the kids, is it easy for them to learn coding? Would you say kids learn easier than adults?
One of the aspects of the higher education that has a big gap between the real world of the industry, corporate IT, OT, and the education is that it doesn't evolve that much. We are partnering with industry and ask them to come so we can actually rejuvenate every aspect of the teaching. So that partnership started from 2016 is grown so vast that today I can proudly announce it here that our lab is no longer on the 26 campuses we have in HCC. We built a lab in Atascocita, 2 lab over there specifically for the residential parolees to give them the roadmap back, thanks to the Apple for funding us and supporting us, plus the juvenile, plus the women prison in downtown, and the correction center in 59. And we still have another project, which I cannot under the NDO reveal it, but we're gonna actually, as much as we build that lab, we're gonna have the celebration. And Mr. Gonzalez, Sheriff Ed Gonzalez actually posts our lab in her Facebook. in one of the successful story that we built it and we operated, and we have class over there. We are super excited.
And you guys have expanded the camps to the South Campus, is that right? Doing virtual reality and things like that?
Of course, the location for this summer camp we have, it's the North Forest campus, which we hold drone and cyber security. East Side campus, we hold the cyber security and Swift coding. Next week is the South campus. We're going to have the VR and Swift coding. A week after that, we have the Missouri City drone and Swift, and a very great partnership we hold in a West Loop campus ended 2 weeks ago with the Cody and Classy camp for middle school girls. And in addition, we're working with the Vast Academy, one virtual for the IT Linux cloud computing. And then 2 weeks later, we're going to have the PC building and 3D space maker in the West Houston Institute. Kind of busy, but we love.
Yeah, you're really all across the district. Tell us about some of the experiences the participants go through when they're in these camps.
One of the experience, I saw a little girl actually have this biased mindset of the boring coding, and she kind of hesitant coming to the camp. Just happened when we have it in the East Side campus. And when our professor and our teacher, or my colleagues, basically start to show them to how to block the code in a playground and move the Sphero robot, they were super excited and said that we always think that this is a boring thing, it's not for the girls, we're not going to do that one, but completely change our mind. As I said, Todd, our approach must be the way that we can talk to their language. We never been like our parents. We're different. They're going to be different from us. When we can talk to them, we can capture their attention. And always I talk with Dean Saber and our Madam President, Dr. B. They said, if one of them per camp choose the career based on the passion they love, we have the great workforce that continue our right way of the work we're doing in here.
And these camps are all federally funded, so meaning they're free for the participants and their families, correct?
Yes, we try to do it as fun, as no cost obligation, thanks to the Texas Workforce Commission Governor Summer Merit Grant, as well as the Apple that always supporting us in all of our initiative, and the PepsiCo, that they are supporting us so we can actually have the fun camp all day long, with the lunch provided, with the snack provided. So the parents have the peace of mind, have their children over there, and the children have the fun to play basically with all this technology. So they can basically find what is their passion, and they can find hopefully the right career in the future for them.
A lot of incredible things of those summer camps. I want to switch out gears just a bit. We got a couple of minutes left, but tell us about some of your expanded off-campus operations and what you guys are doing.
That's a very huge project. It started with idea of our Madam President, Dr. B, to expand a little bit above the border that we have. So one under the racial justice initiative, because when we started the program was some years ago, was the social justice program, but the name just changed, but the operation is the same. We start building an operational lab, not just dumping equipment on a lab. This guy is not working. With supporting full support of our staff, moving and driving to the prison, going to the Atascocita city of Humble in the residential parole, building those lab for them, and having the full package, not only the lab, the educational part, and through to the technology. So always be the same things we're talking. I always use our Madam President expression. I said that we are here, we are in a business of the changing people's life. Yeah. So we were so excited about that. We provide this pathway. We have 2 labs over there. We have 2 labs in the juvenile center. We have 1 lab in a woman prison in a Baker Street. We have 1 lab in a correction center in 59. And the other one that I under NDO, I cannot talk about it. When it's done, we're going to actually provide it. And all of them is on the working. We have classes over there. As I mentioned it to you, even our sheriff actually posted our lab in his Facebook, and we were very proud that we can get the job done right.
You're doing some incredible stuff out there, Ian. Keep up the great work. Ian Farr with HCC's Digital and IT Center of Excellence. Thanks for being here this morning.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
All right. Take care, Ian. Okay, we're going to go through a few announcements before we kick off this weekend. First off, some more STEM summer camps. Yep, we've got them all over. This one from HCC in a partnership with Verizon. It's time to register for the next session of HCC and Verizon's free summer STEM enrichment programs for middle school students. You can check that out. Session 2 is July 10th through 28th, HCC's East Side Campus Workforce Building. Check our post after the show for registering. And we've also got something for fempreneurs. Did I say that right? Fempreneurs. It's a hard word.
Female entrepreneurs.
There you go. Yeah, let's use that from now on.
5 dimensions of female mindset. For some women, there's never been a better time to get into business than right now. Women are back and rocking the workforce despite the pandemic. Still, even with reduced barriers, they sometimes lack confidence and they aren't ready to take the risk. So this series addresses 5 dimensions to shift that mindset and get you to your place of biggest success. Noon to 1:30, Wednesday, July 12th. It's a hybrid session, so in person and online, 3100 Main in the auditorium, and check our post after the show and for registration info. So between that and the summer camps, I'm going to keep my whole family busy.
Well,
there's also the summer dance classes.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can get them belly dancing.
Yes, they're super fun. They're part of the HCC Community Learning Program, and it's continuing. These classes have been going on to accompany its kids and seniors classes, tap, jazz, and Middle Eastern belly dancing, Tuesdays and Thursdays through August 8th. And 12th at HCC Spring Branch campus. And I have been to a couple of these and they are super fun. And you can really suck at dancing. They're totally non-judgmental because I've got no rhythm.
Yeah, we got all the information in these in our post after the show. Mm-hmm. Okay, college and community fair. HCC's Northwest College will host a college and community fair next week, July 13th. It's Wednesday, 5 to 8 p.m. at the Katy campus. You can check HCC's events calendar for more. And Tuesday, we normally have board meetings on Wednesday, but Tuesday we've got a very special board meeting that's being held. And we normally don't have board meetings in July, but this one is a big board meeting. It's happening Tuesday at 11 a.m. So a lot of our staff, works these board meetings. A lot of us play a role in making sure that it's live streamed and all that stuff. So because of that, we will have no up to the minute that morning. So that's Tuesday, July 11th, no up to the minute, special board meeting. And then Wednesday, we'll be back on July 12th as well. And, we're registering for the fall and you have one summer session you can register for today or this weekend and still get into it, right?
Right. So the second summer session starts lickety split. So you can do that. But fall registration is open. We have 5 ways to learn: online anytime, online on a schedule. We have our hybrid classes, which is both. We have in person and then our hybrid labs. And you can go to hccs.edu/apply and hop online and get started right now.
Make sure you register early. Don't wait till the last minute. Just register early. Get the classes.
Always get a note from some student who has not registered early going, can I get into your class?
Right. So register now. Okay, wrapping up today's show. Monday is Mental Health Monday. We'll be back for that. And then Dr. Philip Nicotera from Coleman College will be a special visit next week to talk about one of their programs. Randy, do you have a big weekend ahead?
I fly to Oregon on Saturday, which is why I'm missing you guys for the next 3 weeks, but I'll look forward to seeing you again soon.
Well, enjoy your time in Oregon.
I'm going to be with Grandma and Grandpa and my family, and I'm looking forward to the mountains and some cool weather. And
oh yeah, that'll be nice.
And I love you guys so much, but with the time difference, I don't love you enough to get up that early.
Yeah, you don't need to be going live at 7 a.m. It'd be hard.
I really don't.
Yeah.
No. And not
we'll work it without you.
Dogs. I know. You'll miss me though.
We will miss you, but we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
See you in a couple of weeks.
We all will be back Monday morning. No show on Tuesday, back Wednesday, but we'll see you Monday, 10 a.m. live for Up to the Minute.